I'm an acupuncturist from Philadelphia, and I got into this business just a few months ago, and I've been getting such incredible results with it. I have no experience in network marketing at all, but I've already signed up about 50 business associates into the business personally, and my organization is now about 200 people. It's very exciting. I get incredible results with my patients, and it's a lot of fun. I just have a passion for the technology of Amega.
I then took it to my sister, who had a major life-changing occurrence with that, and then to my mother. And these are people I loved and cared about, and I said, you know what? I can make money with this. And so my husband and I joined. It's been a year ago now. We've made it to the second highest level in the United States, and I've never seen an organization grow this fast. So we've been extremely happy.
Do you want to be healthy? With everything that's going around us, the environment, I let them experience that with what my experience and what other people have experienced. So the belief and the experience and the testimonies that I have, I deliver to them. And in the beginning, they are not sure what I'm talking about, but then I have the wand and the item that to demo. And what happens is the demo has become so effective that the belief level, right, you build it within minutes.
I was introduced to Amega actually on Super Bowl Sunday this year. I had some chronic lower discomfort in my back for on and off 20 years, primarily from my career of sitting. And my girlfriend told me that there was a tool that she had, energy tool, and she'd love to be able to come over and try it on my lower back. Absolutely, how fast can you get here? And after 5 minutes, the discomfort was completely gone. I was able to bend over without any discomfort whatsoever, and I thought that was a miracle in itself.
If I can give this to my grandma, who never seen the light of a high school, she doesn't have a high school education, and if I can teach her to wand herself and bring her body into a state of ease and have a better night's sleep, to us, that's exactly the mandate of Amega Global in the marketplace. So looking forward to share this with more people and sharing all the tools and the accessories and the product Amega has.
I'm with the sales and marketing department, and tonight we have a very special guest. Tonight we are going to be listening to Dr. George Gonzalez. He is a doctor of chiropractic and the founder of Quantum Neurology. His topic is amide fusion technology, which is what most of our products are based with. In other words, the main ingredient with a lot of our products has been fused or energized, I should say, with the amide fusion technology. He's going to talk about that in just a couple minutes as we get started. Before we actually speak with Dr. Gonzalez and introduce him, a couple things I want to go over with you because I just want to keep you up to date about a lot of the programs that we have. First off, we have our Platinum Fast Start bonus. Now, basically, the Platinum Fast Start bonus offers new business associates the perfect incentive to be aggressive when launching their Amega business, especially at the highest level possible. Platinum's the Platinum level. Now, Amegans can earn up to 25% Platinum Fast Start bonus based on the wholesale amount of the new business associate's initial or upgrade purchase. Now, you must be a Platinum BA in order to receive the Platinum Fast Start bonus. If you personally enroll a Platinum BA, you'll receive an additional 5% FSB. So now you've got 15%. Personally enroll a second Platinum BA within the next 30 days and receive another 5% Fast Start bonus, bringing your total to 20%. If you personally sponsored BA upgrades to Platinum, same thing. Then you are, by the way, then you're only paid on the upgrade order. If you have been on auto ship for the last 30 days prior to the second Platinum enrollment above, then add another 5% to your FSB. That makes it 25%. And as long as you have 2 Platinum enrollments or upgrades within 30 days, you're going to receive a total of a 10 additional percent on the FSB on all Platinum enrollments and upgrades. So the bottom line is that you're going to earn up to 25% Platinum Fast Start bonus based on the wholesale amount of new business associates' initial or upgrade purchase. You can find out more details on amegaworldwide.info, and I'll show you how to find that. Also, we have our Fast Track program. Fast Track Way to Success takes the guesswork out of reaching your highest earning potential by achieving 3 simple benchmarks. We're getting you to Black Diamond in 150 days. First 30 days, you make sure that you're a Platinum, personally enroll 5 business associates. At least 3 of these new business associates enroll at the Platinum level, conduct 3 in-home presentations, boom, you're a Diamond. That's within 30 days. Step 2, get to Blue Diamond in 75 days from your starting point. Help 2 of your personally sponsored business associates to achieve Diamond level, what you started with. Personally enroll 5 more business associates. Now you have 10. At least 3 of these new business associates enroll at the Platinum level, conduct 5 in-home presentations, boom, you're at the Blue Diamond level. And then, of course, you get to the Black Diamond level from 150 days from your start. Help 2 of your personally sponsored business associates achieve Blue Diamond. Personally enroll 10 more business associates. Now you have 20 on your team. At least 5 of these new business associates enroll at the Platinum level and conduct 10 in-home presentations. Guess what? You can earn up to $10,000. If you get to Diamond in 30 days, meeting their requirements, you earn an additional $1,000. Get to Blue Diamond in 75 days, you'll earn $2,500. At the end of it, you'll get an additional $6,500. And if you get to the Black Diamond in 150 days, total $10,000. Now, if you miss one, that's okay. Move on to the next one because you're going to get the next level in dollar amount. Again, you can find this information on amegaworldwide.info. And last week we also talked about the Star Maker program. Nice program. You need to get on auto ship right away. Personally sponsor 2 business associates, get them on auto ship. That makes you a star. Then you help them achieve what you just did. Help them get their 2 people on their left and right legs, make those people get on, or help them to get on auto ship. Boom, you're a star maker because you helped make that star make another star. The most star makers at the end of the month will receive $2,500 for first place, $1,500 second place, $1,000 third place. It's all available for you and ready and waiting. All you need to do is log on to amegaworldwide.com or .info, amegaworldwide.info. Click on support, click on programs. As you see on the screen in front of you, you'll have all 3 programs there, the Fast Track, Platinum Fast Start Bonus, and Star Maker ready. Go ahead, download the information, get started, and get started today. Well, thank you very much for letting me give you a little information about our 3 current programs. And now it is time to introduce our very special guest for tonight's webinar. He is one of the newest consultants to the Amega team. Now, as a doctor of chiropractic, Dr. George Gonzalez is well-versed in the activation and expansion of the nervous system. He developed these concepts to provide a solution for his wife's moderate spinal cord injury, and the collection of these techniques led to her full recovery, and that is what is called quantum neurology. It's an advanced nerve rehabilitation system, and it has provided countless patients immediate improvement in their condition. And Dr. Gonzalez discovered that the monitoring of the nervous system is the most accurate indicator of a person's health. He uses traditional and unique neurological evaluations to provide a before and after validation of product's effect on the nervous system. In fact, what's really fun is that when he created these techniques, he didn't realize that quantum neurology was in his future. And we are so very glad to have him a part of our call tonight. We're excited to have him help us better understand the benefits and the power behind Amega's amized fusion technology. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Amega consultant and member of the Amega Board of Advisors and the founder of Quantum Neurology, Dr. George Gonzalez.
Wow, thank you so much, Craig, for that wonderful introduction. normally I have to do all that work and explain quantum neurology and everything myself. So I appreciate the introduction, and you know, I could jump right into it. So I'm so excited about working with Amega Global. It's exciting to be on the cutting edge of a technology, on a breakthrough of a new understanding of what's possible with this energetic resonance within Amega's fusion technology. So in case those people that may be new to this Amega scene, Amega Global is this company that has a proprietary technology called Amega's fusion technology. Amega's fusion technology, in my opinion or my understanding of it, is a process in which they put items through where they encase them in a fusion chamber for the period of 21 days, and they energize, or they imprint what's called a zero-point energy resonance onto these items. And what we've seen with the items that resonate this AFT resonance is remarkable. So before I get started talking more about the products and the amazing things that I've seen with it, I want to just state just a simple disclaimer that quantum neurology and Amega products are, they're not used or intended to be used to diagnose, treat, or cure any injury, illness, or condition. The word treatment is used to describe any interaction with a patient, and it does not imply a treatment or a cure. All the results that I'm talking about, they're unique, and your individual experience may vary. So I just want to be clear that I'm not making claims at all. I'm not, I cannot predict the future. I cannot guarantee an outcome for you. Even if you share the exact same thing that somebody I talk about experienced, does not mean that you could get the same result. Of course, that's our hope for you. But I just want to be clear about that. So now that we got that stuff out of the way, when we talk about this technology, I like telling people about the nervous system, because first of all, that's what we're dealing with. We're dealing with our body, and I call it the nervous system because that's a more accurate description of who we are. And when we're looking at nervous system rehabilitation, you look at two basic concepts. There's the concept of things that collapse your nervous system are bad for you, and things that expand your nervous system are good for you. So the way we look at the things that are we're measuring are the strength of your body. We're measuring the function of the five senses: seeing, hearing, smelling, taste, and touch. And through these tests, we make association to organ functions. So what we've done with quantum neurology is we've mapped out the nervous system. We understand the parameters of normal function, and we're able to distinguish very unique levels of function that each of us have that are unique to each and every one of us. And so through that detailed analysis of the nervous system, we're able to evaluate what stimulus is good for your nervous system and what stimulus is bad or collapses your nervous system. And as Craig introduced, I developed these concepts when my wife had a moderate spinal cord injury. So she was 29 years old at the time, and she had a low back injury, and she was experiencing complete numbness from her groin, her backside, the back of her legs, and the bottom of her feet. She was in excruciating pain. She had difficulty walking. And we were concerned that she wouldn't be able to have children because these are the nerves that affect the uterus as well. And thankfully, through the work that I'm talking about, through quantum neurology, we're able to get a complete recovery for my wife. And we have a beautiful baby girl that was born in January of 2009. And these concepts, when I start applying them to other patients, not only did it get my wife well, it started getting all the patients well. And the bottom line is, if we focus on what expands nervous system function, the body heals itself. So if you strengthen the nervous system, the body heals itself. It's a key concept amongst healing advocates out there. And one thing that it's funny, because I speak to doctors around the world, and I tell them, about my nervous system concepts, and they all kind of lean back and say, of course, the nervous system controls absolutely everything. But unfortunately, even though that might be common knowledge amongst the doctors that are practicing advanced work in advanced recovery, it's not a common thing that's understood with people, the public. So these are the kind of concepts that I really am working towards getting out there, and I've spoken with Mr. Arun Keemer about getting these concepts out there, because I feel that this is what truly explains this technology and why the body reacts to this AFT technology the way it does. So let me get back online here with, I describe AFT as a brush, an energetic brush. Now, we are all familiar with self-care tools that we have. We have a hairbrush, for example, and a toothbrush, and if you're wise and you know about taking care of your skin, you could have a skin brush. That's something that you should be doing every day. The other kind of brush that we're recommending is the AFT energetic brush used in the AM wand, the AM wand. Now, what I feel this technology is doing, and this is my opinion, we have science that has shown that light is emitted from every cell of the body. And there are images of these cells done with GDV, gas discharge visualization, that shows the biophoton activity of a cell. After the cell is exposed to AFT, we see an exponential increase, or in my opinion it's an exponential increase, of that biophoton activity surrounding that cell. In my opinion, I feel that this biophoton activity is responsible for a large portion of the communication of the nervous system. I feel that when we look at this biophoton activity, when it is considered in its totality of the trillions and trillions of cells of the body, I feel that that light that is generated, I call that the light body. And I feel that the light body is the holographic projection of who we are, and that is carrying all the non-physical information of our nervous system. So that would include our mind, our thoughts, our emotions, our capacity for connecting with others occurs through this energetic light field. Now, I feel that when it's our body's ability to generate this field that is responsible for our healing. And what we've seen through this type of photography is when the nervous system is exposed to this energy field, the gas discharge visualization shows an increase in the energetic fields of the body. I personally feel that the energetic field is if not completely made from this light field that's energized outward from the cells, at least partially it's made from that. So when we see the AFT technology, it's mostly expressed again in this pen-shaped object that most people refer to as a wand. And this is used often in a clockwise circular fashion over the body. And people have found that when their body is in the proximity of this energy field, that they experience relief. And oftentimes, and what I've seen clinically, neurologically speaking, I've seen weak muscles strengthen. I've seen pain signals reset. So the nervous system has the ability to set its pain signal. And I feel that when the nervous system is exposed to this technology, the nervous system resets itself. I've seen sensory function restored. I have also seen people experience more energy and more calm energy. So the ability to have more energy yet calm. It's not this amped up caffeine type energy. I've personally experienced wonderful healing through my body's ability to do more things, more flexibility, more strength, more energy to exercise, more energy to connect with others, more energy to work hard on the things that I do. And when you look at the consistency of my energy levels are going up after using this technology, it's very exciting. And I'll tell you, the way I was exposed to it was I went to a demonstration, and I saw Mr. Sam Adams using this wand in a clockwise fashion over a person who is visibly in pain, and I saw this person's pain lift away. And you know, for me it wasn't a surprise, because we have been getting these level results with people for a very long time with quantum neurology. But what was different was how it was being achieved. So we use light therapy in quantum neurology, and this is an instrument that does not have a visible field of energy being emanated from it. And you know, I didn't have a problem with that. I just understood that there must be some sort of energy that's emanating or resonating out of this. And what my feeling is that is happening is that the nervous system communicates more efficiently when it's in the presence of this resonance. And the way I like describing that, it's not changing who you are. It's not changing anything about you. It's simply providing a new media for your sensory information or your nervous system information to communicate. So when we look at the communication you and I have right now, you know, we're communicating through what we would all call air. And we're all familiar with what our nervous system picks up in stimulus through that air. The vibrations, the sounds, and the temperature and all those kind of things. If we were to jump into water, we're changing the media of which our nervous system is communicating. Now is very different. Our movements are thicker and resisted against the water. The temperature is very different. The sounds and the vibrations are received very differently from the body. Another example would be that of helium. You know, we intake helium from a balloon, and we are not altering who we are, but simply the shift in the media of how our voice is being generated is altering what we're perceiving as sound. So when I talk about when we expose the body to this energy field, that's what I'm talking about, is that kind of an idea. I'm talking about how when our body is around this energy resonance, there seems to be a shift in the nervous system's ability to communicate more efficiently. And again, we see this through the neurological testing of strength and sensory function. The ability to see people improve in reaction time is very interesting as well when using this technology. Now, I've personally used this technology on a little girl who was paralyzed in her left arm, and she also had what's called Bell's palsy, which is a paralysis of half of the face. And using this technology alone, being able to stimulate restoration in these areas in a very short period of time. I believe I saw her 2 sessions, about 15 to 30 minutes each session, and she continued on with her doctor, and I got a message from her doctor a couple months ago saying that she's 90% restored from one side to the other, which is absolutely exciting. And again, this technology is able to be infused into different products, and that's what's really amazing. So we're able to see how this technology not only benefits ourselves through using the wand technology, it's also benefiting people in the nutrition that's made from Amega. I'm getting some sound interference on my. Okay, so sorry about that, everyone. I'm just getting sound interference on my phone here, or on my headphone. So I'm not going to touch anything. Okay, I'm going to keep going. So, nope. There it is again. I'm sorry. I'm going to keep
Dr.
going.
George, we can hear you fine.
Okay.
We can hear you fine, Dr.
I'm going to keep going and try to ignore this beeping sound. So let's see. Well, when I first found this technology, I started introducing it to doctors that I've trained because, I'm very skilled at what I do, and I'm very good at what I do. I help people all the time recover from pretty severe neurological problems. And so I wanted to make sure this wasn't about me. I wanted to make sure that this is the technology and not, my influence on the products. So I started sending this technology to doctors that I've trained, doctors that are very skilled and very adept at what they do. One of the doctors, Dr. David Pascal, he works with elite athletes from around the world. Many of his patients are world record holders and have placed in medal performances in all the highest ranking events around the world. And he used this technology on his athletes after they were injured and considered not able to race any longer. And he started using this AFT technology to resonate over the injuries, and these people were able to get back up and go out and not only compete again but win in their races. That's really exciting when you see results like that. I've worked with Dr. Edward Chauvin, who specializes in the recovery of spinal cord injury patients. He's working with quite a few patients that have been able to get out of their wheelchairs or with assistance walk without their wheelchairs. And he started using this technology, and immediately he used it on somebody who had a tremor and noticed that when he used this energy field over the tremor would subside and completely diminish, and that would last that way for a few days. And so when you start seeing these things happen, we started measuring what effect this truly has on the nervous system, and it's been absolutely exciting. I'm so excited about this technology and what the future holds. As I was mentioning, the technology is infused in different products. It's infused in a nutrient product called Amgenix. The Amgenix product is made from superfruits. When I personally take this product, I feel energized. I have energy to go all day long. It's an easy way to replace an energy drink habit or a soda habit or a caffeine habit. I highly recommend it. I've had patients that were literally having to be in bed rest 20 hours a day from illness, and simply from using that product have gotten their life back and their energy back. Other product that is incredible is a product called brine. Brine is a mineral solution energized with amide fusion technology. I feel that this solution is important for keeping your body balanced and able to maintain its chemical activity. So it's one of those things that's really exciting. The new product that's coming out this week is the Amega skincare. When I first was introduced to this product, it was used on my face. They did a facial on me. I easily looked 10 years younger. And all the people that experienced it with me on that trip were, as they were going in, we were watching the youth return out from their sessions. It was absolutely incredible. So what we're seeing is we're seeing people that are using the skincare that have been experiencing pain or symptoms or even neurological weaknesses. We had Dr. Jin perform some quantum neurology neurological testing on some patients, and then simply by applying the skincare, the energy from the skincare strengthened those neurological weaknesses. And when you're talking from my filter, from my viewpoint, that's really exciting. That doesn't happen normally. Normally when people have neurological weaknesses, they stay weak. So the concept of being able to use a technology and products that, in my opinion, strengthen the nervous system is absolutely exciting. So I'd love to answer any questions that people have. I know it's just a short amount of time, and I could literally talk about this for hours. So are there any questions out there, Craig?
Well, so far none that I see. If you do have a question, ladies and gentlemen, if you look in your screen, there should be an area there that says questions. Go ahead and type in your question, and I will go ahead and pass that along to Dr. George Gonzalez, our special guest tonight. He is a doctor of chiropractic, founder of quantum neurology, and of course our topic tonight is the MI's fusion technology. Let's see.
One thing I'd like to state before we take any questions or while people are typing in is the concept of compliance. There's a lot of people who are excited about this technology as I am, and you want to share it, and you're excited about other people using the products. And I just want to say it's really important not to make claims. It's really important to simply state your experience, your personal experience. It's important not to predict the future for somebody. And that looks like saying something like XYZ product is going to cure or heal XYZ condition. So you want to be very clear. Just say, hey, I've had wonderful experiences with these products. I don't know what your experience is, but please try them out. It's an amazing technology. I truly feel this technology is going to revolutionize the way people view their body's healing process, and how they, instead of reaching for chemicals for common ailments, I feel that they're going to learn how to energize their body to deal with a lot of the things that they used to reach for chemicals for.
Dr. George, we have a question here from Rich, and he's asking, how would you approach another healthcare professional with this kind of technology?
I always say that I've approached a lot of healthcare professionals, and not all of them are interested. Just like anyone else, anybody you approach is either going to be interested or not. They're not going to be interested. One thing I would recommend is to be professional and respectful of their time, and just share your experiences with them. And I feel that an honest connection and a heartfelt communication is the best way to go.
Okay, and from Mary Lou, can you talk a little bit more about the brine, such as like how much maybe should they take? What is the typical dosage for the brine?
Well, I have a bottle right here on my desk. Let me see if my eyes could adjust to the size of the font here. If I remember correctly, the recommendation is 10 drops per day. Don't quote me on that, but I personally take it by the dropper full. I feel that this is a medicinal product to be thought of as something that's feeding your body. It's nurturing your body with minerals. Some people are fearful of the salt content. There is a difference between good salt and bad salt. In my opinion, table salt, the type of salt that you get at restaurants, the common salt that we're all familiar with, I personally don't eat that salt. I feel that does not contribute to your nervous system's health and development because it's a chemicalized product. I like personally natural products, natural salts. So one of my philosophies is all based on food, and you want to bring real foods into your body and into your lifestyle. And the more you could do that, the healthier you will be. And that's why I'm so excited about products like brine. It's actually energizing food product. Amgenics is energizing a food product that we internalize, and it helps our body maximize the effectiveness of what it could do. In my opinion, that's what's happening with the AFT, and that's why we have such a special opportunity with Amega here.
Okay, Jay poses this question: is it necessary to take off the necklace when using the wand?
Well, that depends on what your goals are for. If it's for a therapeutic purpose for somebody, I would say no. If you're doing a demonstration, the demonstration that's been taught by Amega Global has been focused on removing any of your energized products while doing demonstrations. So for that reason, I would say remove your pendants. But if it's for working on yourself or on other people, I would say no, leave it on.
Okay. Leslie is asking about her brother has some kind of interest in the pendant and wants to know maybe the science behind it. Can you maybe expand a little bit on the science with the pendant?
Well, I'll do what I can. You have to remember my specialty is in nervous system rehabilitation, not in the specifics of Amega technology.
Mm-hmm.
But what I could tell you is the way I perceive the products through the experience I have. Through my testing of the usage of the product, if I can measure that, I would say that the pendant energetic strength would be about 2/3 of the wand strength. If I could quantify that somehow, and I can't other than my personal feeling for it. But Sam Adams refers to the pendant as a trickle charge for your body, and I feel that's a really good way to describe it. When we're talking about the non-physical aspects of our body, it's hard to grasp how it truly is working because we're going off of the effects of what we see through the energetic field. We can't, or at least through what I'm doing, I can't visualize it directly. Through what Dr. Constantine is doing with his GDV technology, he's actually visualizing it, which is truly exciting.
Okay. Pam is asking, are we ahead of the general population in feeling secure that we can take care of ourselves?
Well, I would say that's an excellent question. I would say that we have an edge up on everyone else. These are tools. They are not panaceas. Panaceas meaning cure-alls. People, in my opinion, what we're seeing this technology do is we're seeing it amplify the nervous systems of those people who are using this technology. So what I personally see is I see the people using this technology have stronger nervous systems, yet at the same time they're still struggling with certain nervous system breakdowns. And that's where you need to look towards more advanced care. Quantum neurology is an excellent resource for everybody to reach towards, to find a doctor trained in these concepts of how to strengthen your nervous system. It'll maximize the usage of the AFT technology and the Amega products, but ultimately the goal is to strengthen your nervous system so that your body can heal itself.
I'm going to continue on that because we've had several questions being asked about different ailments, and I know that we can't say that the products treat, cure, diagnose, mitigate, or prevent any kind of ailment.
Correct.
But can you give us maybe just an overall view of how this AFT technology can assist people? And if they need to go further in whatever it is that they have, what should they do?
Well, I feel it all comes down to this light body communication, this holographic communication of the nervous system. When we look at, how do we affect change in that non-physical part of our nervous system? And I feel that this stimulus is affecting the ability for the nervous system to generate that energy field, of that light field of communication. And so when we see that concept, it's I like looking at those blood cells that were exposed to before and after exposure to AFT. When you see how much more the equivalent of surface area that cell has after it's been exposed to AFT, if we were to make the association with wood, if I took a log and I took that a same size log and I pulverize it down to sawdust, if I try to light the log on fire, it might catch, it might take a long time, but as soon as I light up that sawdust, poof, it's going to go. Okay, it's because it has more surface area to receive that energy from. Now, when I visualize those cells, I think that way about the light emanating from these cells, the communication available after these from these cells. And when we see that, I feel that by what I feel is an exponential increase in that the relative surface area of communication on that cell, multiply that by the trillions and trillions of cells of your body, where I feel we're increasing the nervous system's ability to communicate through that pathway.
Okay, and then if somebody, obviously whenever somebody starts something like this, they need to speak with their healthcare practitioner, I'm assuming, just to make sure that whatever they're doing doesn't interfere with their current regimen, correct?
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's designed as a tool to be supportive, not to replace anything that you're currently doing or that may be working for you currently.
Okay. I think that's about it. Do you have any as we're going to get ready to wrap up our call, because we do have another conference call later this evening that we want everybody to get to. In a nutshell, Dr. Gonzalez, how would you wrap up our call tonight?
Well, I feel ultimately the concepts we're talking about, the understanding of the technology, of what it's doing to the nervous system, it's key to understand the nervous system. You have to have an understanding of what our nervous system is and how it works. And because of that, I've spoken to Mr. Arun about it, and he suggested I write a book on the topic. So I did, and that book is called Holographic Healing. We're going to have that coming out here shortly. It is available on pre-purchase on our website. The website is quantumneurology.com. We also have some other self-care titles using the Amega wand and other Amega products, demonstrating how to use them in a focused manner. One of the titles is on stimulating lymphatic drainage with zero-point energy resonance or with AFT. The other two titles have to do with the stimulation of metabolism for metabolism and weight loss strategy with 0 Point Energy, again featuring the Amega products. So these titles are there. We have new titles on the way to help educate people on how to focus their strategy on using this technology. So in a nutshell, I really appreciated the time with everybody, and I love being a part of Amega. Again, I feel this is truly going to revolutionize the way people recognize how their body heals. So thank you so much.
And thank you, Dr. George Gonzalez, for joining us tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. George Gonzalez, and our topic this evening, Amized Fusion Technology. Dr. Gonzalez is a doctor of chiropractic and the founder of Quantum Neurology. And Doctor, thank you again for taking time out of your schedule to join us this evening.
Absolutely. Thank you.
And ladies and gentlemen, just a reminder, we got a few minutes before our main conference call at the top of the hour, so make sure that you check the Amegan for the weekly Amegan and AmegaWorldwide.info for details regarding our Thursday evening call starting at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. And please join us next week for another Thursday webinar. We're going to have another great topic, and make plans for it. 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Check the weekly Amegan, which should be out tomorrow, for more details and upcoming topics. On behalf of Amega Global and Amega World,
I am. Thank you, Dr. Gonzalez. Yeah, as Dr. Gonzalez said, I'm a quantum neurologist, and I deal with elite track and field athletes and other sports, but primarily track and field. And when he sent me the wand, about 7 weeks ago, I started using it on my patients, and I travel on the World Track and Field circuit. And a couple days after I received the wand, I was at a international meetup in New York City, and one of the coaches who was the head coach for the U.S. track and field team at the Summer Games in Athens came up to me. He's in his late 70s. He has bone-on-bone degeneration in one of his knees, just terrible problem. It's all swollen up. He's always in pain, and he comes up to me during the course of the meet. He says, "Hey Doc, my knee's killing me. Can you help me out?" And I'm there in the middle of working with all of my athletes, but I had a couple minutes, so I pull out the wand and I literally wanded his knee for 60 seconds, for just 1 minute, and all of his pain was gone. I saw him about 12 days later at the U.S. Outdoor Track and Field Championships, and I said, "Hey Coach, how's that knee going along?" And he said that he had been completely pain-free for 10 days following that 1 minute treatment. I also see a lot of neurologic patients, a lot of severely injured people, and one of my guys is a quadriplegic. When he first came to see me, he had terrible pain all over his body, of course, no function of his legs at all, very limited function of his arms, and so I've taken him through this course of neurologic rehab with the quantum neurology, and we've gotten great results. We've been able to eliminate the pain, almost all of the pain from his body, restore some function. But one of the things that we haven't been able to help him with is the only pain he's left or was left with was pain in his right arm, moderate pain, unrelenting, 24 hours a day, would just never go away in spite of about 25 treatments. And so I got the wand when he came into my office. I treated him for about 4 minutes, and his pain went to a zero. And that really impressed me, because this is a guy that had already had a lot of neurologic care. He wasn't someone just off the street for his very first treatment. And one more example, I had a couple athletes at the U.S. Championships with Achilles tendon strains, and they were didn't look like they were going to be able to run at all. One of them, his Achilles tendon was so tender that even the pressure that you would use to press a doorbell was excruciating pain. And I wanded him for a few minutes, and his pain dropped dramatically. I was able to actually squeeze his tendon and only have moderate pain. And the other athlete, and that athlete went on to win a national title by quite a large amount. And then the second athlete, he had moderate Achilles tendon pain, and I wanded him, and his pain went to a 0, and he also won his event by quite a lot. So those are just some of my experiences. I could tell you 100 more if you wanted to, if you have the time for them. So, but I will pass it on back to Jason.
Technology has changed our lives forever. We not only use it, we depend on it. So here's a question. Do you understand it? Any idea how a cell phone, a laser, or a microchip works? Even simpler, how does your refrigerator work? Some understand such things. Most of us, however, simply use them and reap their benefits. What if it was the same for wellness? What if the answer was in a technology you couldn't fully explain? Would you use it? Reap its benefits? Live with its results? What if that technology could improve the things you do every day? It might even affect the air you breathe, the water you drink, your nutrition, even your sleep. This technology exists, but it will never change your life if you don't make it a part of your life. It has already changed the lives of hundreds of thousands of people worldwide. Maybe it's time for a new approach. Time to learn about amized fusion technology, AFT. Here's how it works. Our bodies are a composite of trillions of cells. Each cell is powered by electrons, protons, and neutrons. This is our energy, the very base element of who we are. Layered on top of that is our information system. This is our central nervous system. It controls the signals that traverse those energy signals. It responds to the energy system and communicates to the physical system. And finally, we have our physical system, the muscles, skeletal structure, and blood cells that control the physical activity within our body. These three areas make up what we call the human bioenergetic field. In simple terms, it's all the stuff that makes our bodies function properly. Keeping these systems functioning properly can have a huge impact on our wellness. Our goal is to live a life of wellness, a life in an optimal state of balance. But here's the problem. Every day, the energy systems within our body are attacked. Pollution, stress, bad diet, toxins in our environment, e-smog, and a myriad of other elements that wreak havoc within our energetic field. As that field is disrupted, information systems begin to break down. Our body stops communicating. Nerves, muscles, and cells stop receiving the commands that allow them to function properly. The result? Less energy, physical disorders, and deteriorating health. So, enough with the science lesson. Let's fix it with technology that directly addresses this energy dilemma. It's what amized fusion technology is all about. Developed by scientists, doctors, and physicists, it helps place the body back in an ideal state of energetic balance, or a homeostasis condition, a condition where the body's own systems can facilitate the healing process. The natural flow of energy is restored. The end result? Wellness, an optimal state of balance. Amega Global takes this quantum technology and infuses it into products that you use every day. Products that improve functions you perform every day, changing the air you breathe, the water you drink, jewelry you wear, even the way you care for your skin. Products with AFT technology are energized to resonate at zero-point field. This zero-point resonance helps the body clear the distortions in its bioenergy field and restores it to homeostasis, a true place of physical wellness. But isn't life more than just physical wellness? What if this technology could also have an impact on your finances, freedom, and entire way of life? Are you ready to breathe life back into your dreams? You have nothing to lose and everything to gain. The timing couldn't be better. The next step is up to you.
Just sit back and relax, open up your mind. You're going to hear some things that are going to stretch your imagination. What we're talking about here is a cutting-edge science. We live in very exciting times. When we think of this technology that Amega has that is going to revolutionize the way we treat self-care globally, we're truly living in blessed times. And so this technology is built around zero-point field energy. And at the very first of this call, I think it's essential that I spend just a moment on what is zero-point field for those that have not ever heard of it before. And here's the short analogy that I use to try and get us at least with a handhold on what zero-point field is. If you had access to a very high-powered microscope, an electron microscope, that could look into inner space, what you would find is it would not matter, depending on whatever you put underneath that microscope, wouldn't matter what the choice was, whether it's seawater or a grain of sand or your finger. If you go into inner space deep enough, you come to a place where everything looks exactly the same. Electrons, protons, and neutrons. And for a very long time, that was believed to be the whole story. The building blocks of everything around us they thought were those particles. Until subspace particles were determined to exist. And then in 1913, one dimension lower than that, Einstein discovered zero-point field. And at first it was thought that zero-point field was a giant vacuum full of nothingness. But now we know that that's not the case. The quantum physicists around the world agree it exists, but it's not a vacuum. It's actually the complete reverse of that. It's actually the giant reservoir that holds all the energy from which everything manifests. It's the source of the energy from which everything manifests. And so what Amega Global has, it's kind of like they've cornered this access to putting source energy, resonance, into a variety of products through an amized fusion technology. For example, I'm holding in my hand one of my favorite products and our most demonstratable product. It looks like a stainless steel pen, but on close examination, there's no hole in the end where the ballpoint would normally be. That's closed over in stainless steel as well. And inside this wand, it's not a pen, it's a wand, inside of it are crystals and minerals that have sat in an amized fusion chamber for 21 days. They've been infused with zero-point field resonance, and so what shoots out the end of the wand is a stream of zero-point field resonance, remembrance, if you like. Now, you can't see the stream. It's not like a flashlight or a laser, but you can sure see the impact of it. And so that's pretty much where our story begins. Back in my home in Vancouver, early December, I have the good fortune of having Arun Keemer, the CEO of Amega, and Calvin Starr, the VP of Business Development, in my home to demonstrate the Amega products. And the first product they chose to demonstrate was this wand. And to do that, Calvin says, hey, do you happen to have any lemons? And so thank goodness I did. He proceeds to cut a lemon into some thin lemon wedges, puts one on one plate and about 2 feet away, one on another plate, and he starts to wand the lemon, turning the wand in a clockwise motion about an inch above the lemon for about 45 seconds. And I try it, and it tastes like a sweet lemon to my palate. He says, now try the other one, the one that was not wanded. And it is so sour after I taste it, I'm ready to spit it out. And I'm thinking, how in the world did this happen? He never ever touched the lemon. Then he says, before I have a chance to recover, do you have any wine? We pour a little bit of red wine in 2 glasses. He wands the one, about 45 seconds again. And he asked me to try it, and I do, and it tastes like a very fine wine, a $50, $60 bottle of wine. He says, now try the other one, the unwanded, straight out of the bottle. And it tastes just the way I remember it, a $9.50 bottle of naked grape. So here's 2 simple tests. I'm blown away. I don't understand it. I can't imagine what happened there, but I can't deny it either. He says, now let's use your body for some more tests, for strength, flexibility, and balance. And every time the Amega products were added to my body, I was stronger, more flexible, and more balanced. So in about 10 minutes from the time they arrived, I'm pretty much toast. And I'm thinking, man, I need to know everything now. So I book a flight to Chicago. There was a small group in Chicago doing in-home meetings. I wanted to be a fly on the wall. I just wanted to be a guest. I wanted to observe. I wanted to see what happened when people showed up that were invited by their friends to this meeting, and they volunteered to have their body wanded because they had a situation, and usually that situation had some pain reference to it. And here's what I observed: the miracle of the human body and its ability to heal in lightning speed when provided the right information. And it happened about 15 times in that 5-day period, enough to convince me that this year deserved the full exploration. I booked a flight to Singapore from Chicago, 30 hours in total, end up landing in the heart of this company in Asia to realize that, they're already a very going concern. Operating in many Asian countries, 5 years in business, over 500,000 distributors already involved, excited about the technology and sharing it with their loved ones. While I'm in Asia, they bring me up to Kuala Lumpur one day, and I tour through what I would call Amega's pride and joy. It's a facility called Nura, N-U-R-A. It's the first of its kind. It's the pilot project, and it's the first energy wellness healing center in the world. It costs just over $6 million. When I arrived there, the first thing they do is they put my body through a host of tests using some sophisticated equipment, and then 3 hours later they repeated all the same tests to see what had changed, gave me about a 24-page printout to show me what had changed, which really mirrored what I felt. I felt huge change, but I didn't know what happened. And they showed me all the physiological changes that my body had experienced in just 3 hours. Well, folks, one of those centers will be built in America in 2011. And there's a rumor that it's going to be built somewhere close to Laguna Beach. I know that to be true because I started the rumor. When I was in Chicago, I had the opportunity to see a man about 70 years of age volunteer to have one half of his face used as the demonstration piece for the skincare products. Now, these products are 0-point energized, so when they hit the skin automatically embraces the ingredients in. They're allowed to do what they were designed to do. And then 2 wands are used to move the tissue, lift it, basically an anti-gravity approach, reversing the appearance of time. And after about 10 minutes, I come around to the front view, and I can hardly believe my eyes. This man looks like he's had a surgical facelift in 10 minutes on one half of his face. The other half looks like it could use one. And I instantly thought, well, my goodness, how long is this going to last? Like 20 minutes? Is it really very temporary? Or is he going to wake up tomorrow morning and everything's going to look pretty much the way it did yesterday? Well, when I was in Kuala Lumpur, I had the opportunity to talk to Jane, who's a significant part of the skincare line, very experienced, and she has done this many times. And what her experience is, 8 weeks later, you will still see a marked difference in 2 halves of a person's face. Well, folks, when these products get released towards the end of this month, and our distributors have the opportunity to demonstrate them with their friends, and you get to see what I've seen and what other distributors have seen, you're going to be, let's just say excitement is going to reign. There's going to be a level of enthusiasm that will kick into Amega, like adrenaline running through your veins, and it's going to create a second wave of activity here within North America. Toward the end of summer, they're going to release a mat, 3 feet by 6 feet. You're going to put it on your mattress. You're going to sleep on it. It's going to be a very potent field of 0-point energy, so potent that every night your body will be invited to move ever so gently to a place of complete homeostasis, where your body is totally at ease. And here's the wonderful thing. When your body's at ease, what does not exist is dis-ease. And so what does that mean? Sleep your way to ideal health. And that sounds pretty profound, but that's exactly what it is that we got going on here, folks. Hanging on my neck is one of my favorite products. It's a pendant. It puts me in a protective cone about 3 feet around me of 0-point energy. Protects me from EMFs, those things that come off of computer screens and cell phones and microwaves and fluorescent lights and television sets, and just basically burn holes in our energy field. We need this protection. We live in a world very different than the world our parents live in. And when our energy field gets compromised, our physical body then is compromised. On my wrist is a bracelet that speeds up circulation dramatically. I was a witness to that with my own eyes in Singapore. They put a microscope on my second finger of my left hand, and I watched my blood increase in flow rate, what appeared to be 3 or 4 times as fast, by simply placing the bracelet on my wrist. When I get up in the morning, I start my day with a big, well, about a liter of energized water from a machine that just got released about 3 weeks ago. It's the first of its kind in the world. It's a water ionizer that takes tap water and converts it into medicinal water, alkaline, microclustered, antioxidant water. But it has one additional feature that no other ionizer in the world has, and that is the water is also 0-point energized. It is so powerful and potent that you can test your body for strength, flexibility, and balance after you've drank some of this water, and you're going to see that you're solid as a rock, you're flexible, and your balance is like at optimum. And you can feel this water in your body. To that I add one of our other products. It's called Brine. It's a supersaturated saline solution, 84 trace minerals in it that our body needs so desperately to affect all the different chemical transactions that go in and on in our body for optimum health. And then to that, I add another product called Amega. It's, again, energized. It's a super antioxidant from the superfruits, but it also has sulforaphane in it from broccoli sprouts. And sulforaphane has been clinically proven, not by us, by outside scientists, to have the capacity to turn on over 200 genes having to do with the production of glutathione. Well, glutathione is the master protector inside your body, 1,000,000 times more effective than vitamin C. And this is such a cutting-edge product, folks, that this whole science deserved the front cover of Time magazine a couple of months ago. It's called Epigenetics. And it basically is you no longer have to live with the hand of cards you were dealt with genetically. There are things you can do to change it, like turn the production of glutathione back on. So when you put your arms around all these products that I've just identified, what have we got here? We got the makings of a global self-care revolution. That's what we've got, because these products demonstrate in 3 to 5 minutes so powerfully that when you physically observe them at a meeting like I'll do tonight in Irvine, you will never forget it the rest of your life. What you're being exposed to here is the chance of a lifetime to make a difference in your life, your loved ones' lives, and the people that you touch in your world. So I'd call that opportunity knocking at your door. And the question that I have is, are you going to answer the door? What would that look like? Well, the first step would be purchasing a distributor's kit for $49. That would gain you entry into the inside of this self-care revolution movement. But at that point, you don't have any products, so the first product I'd recommend you purchase is a wand. That's your business building partner. You're going to wand everything you eat and everything you drink everywhere you go. And that'll start conversations. You can't wand this in public. You can't wand your food and drink in public without getting conversations going. And when they get going, you'll end up pointing them at this conference call. And when you do that, they're going to end up purchasing product, and you're going to end up getting paid a commission on that, and you'll end up getting your products paid for if you do it with enough enthusiasm. And oh, by the way, we've had over 14,000 people join us since the first week of January. So what I just referred to here is a scenario. It's worked a couple thousand times at the very least. So, but the best suggestion is a self-care pack. What's that? All the main products that were identified and highlighted here tonight on this call. The pendant for your outside body protection, the bracelet to speed up circulation, the wand for sure, your business building partner, the brine to that liquid spark plug effect, the Amega to turn on glutathione production. If you have all of those products, you have just purchased just over $900, and you have become something we call platinum in the compensation plan, which means you now have the right to earn up to $3,600 a day, every day, which is rather exciting. And here's the other really big component. You get to personally experience these products. And when you do, no kidding, we would have to tape your mouth shut if you to stop you from telling your friends about it and your loved ones about it, because you're gonna. Your wild enthusiasm, your natural, raw enthusiasm is going to cause you to want to tell other people about it. So my suggestion is get back with the person, invite John to this call, and say a big thank you I love the call. I want to be part of this. It feels right. It feels like I could have found my home. And if that's the feeling you have, congratulations, you're on the right track.